Welcome back, Pisces. Thank you for joining me. It's good to see you again for your January 2020 ASMR Tarot Forecast. For this month's readings, I'm using my Tarot Muka deck. And I have a bunch of crystals here, which I may or may not use and or talk about during the course of the reading. Let's get started. This is for the sign of Pisces. It could be your sun, moon, or rising. Ooh. Triple word score. What's this? We've got Page of Cups, and then we've got the Tower reversed and the Three of Swords reversed. Interesting. Is that the Page of Cups? Might have been. No, that's the Knight of Cups. Sorry. Knight of Cups. And then some hurt feelings and some turbulence. Wouldn't have expected any less from a mutable water sign like Pisces. No offense. But, you know, those are just jumpers. That's just, I think jumpers are really reflective of the emotional charge that a sign goes into a reading with, has been my experience. I'm sure for other people it's different. Some people only read jumpers. But to me, that's kind of more like where your head's at. It's not as much like about the reading itself. And of course, all things are possible when you are in the New Year season. We have a lunar eclipse in Capricorn around this time, like a lot of Capricorn astral activity. So just a lot going into this new year. Is it a lunar? It might be a solar eclipse, but it's not visible from where I live. It's like a partial solar eclipse. All right, Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is my fluorite. I'm going to put the cards out so that they're facing you. Facing you. Let's see what's going on. going on with you right now? I see the Five of Swords. There's a victory. And the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is upright. So it looks like there was a victory for you. You got your way. But then these other people are kind of leaving. And maybe because of the sacrifice of those friendships, you're starting to have, you're kind of going through a soul-seeking process. So what happened? Well, we've got the Empress card here, and it's reversed. So this was like a creative energy that stagnated, maybe. It could be a lost pregnancy for some people. I certainly wouldn't wish that on anyone, and I'm sorry to hear about that. Or it could just be you feeling like you cannot come into your divine creative energy at this point in the past. The most current events. So here we have this card about you experiencing a victory, but to you, this is the Six of Wands, and this is the victory card, and it is reversed. To you, it doesn't feel like a victory. To you, I think maybe you would have liked to have kept those friends, kept those alliances. What do we have for the future? Queen of Cups. So this is you, Pisces. It's the Queen of Cups, and this card is reversed. Normally, the Queen of Cups is a very maternal person, and actually, it's interesting because the Queen of Cups and the Empress are very similar energies. Very similar, not quite the same. The Empress is definitely more of an earth energy. It's a Taurus ruled, Venus ruled. Whereas Pisces is definitely this water energy here. And it's maybe you feel like you have to be untrue to yourself at this point in the future. I think I'm going to come over here first. No, that doesn't seem like the right thing to do. I really want to, because I really want to talk about these two cards at the same time. But I'll still be able to do that if I do this first. So, something doesn't seem quite okay. So I'm going to do where you are in the world first, and then I'm going to come back and address the goal or destiny card. And it's the Page of Wands, who's been very popular in these past few readings. Page of Wands is not a very Piscean energy. Page of Wands is a very, kind of naive sort of an energy. It's kind of an Aries energy, right? Maybe you have an Aries rising. But one thing about the Page of Wands is this creativity. So you're definitely putting yourself out there in a creative way. And with a spark, with this fiery spark. Okay, yes. And now we're going to look at the goal or destiny from over here. Your goal or destiny is strength. And this is a Leo card, which is another fire sign. So, again, I think there have been a couple of readings this year where Pisces has had very fiery energy. And I think in order to manifest this strength, sometimes it's strong to keep your emotions to yourself. But the Queen of Cups is all about keeping her emotions to herself. And as a matter of fact, sometimes strength involves telling people what you need emotionally, telling people what you require of them to be true to yourself. And that's a good, healthy thing to do. It's part of setting boundaries with people. So I think rather than stay all clammed up about it, it's going to be, if you were upright like this, she's staying very secretive about her emotions. You let all of those emotions pour out of that cup. See here, she's got a lid on that cup. She's got a lid on those emotions. You just dump all of that out. Let people know what's going on with you. It's important. It's important for your creative manifestation, which you are starting to kind of come into. So the Page of Wands is not a developed creative energy. It's not like a Queen of Wands that's overflowing with confidence, or a King of Wands who's like a very creative powerhouse, or even the Knight of Wands who's very like driven towards that creativity. The Page of Wands is a fountain of creativity, but it's naive and it's kind of out of control. You can see from that explosion of that volcano in the background, there's just a lot going on. I'm not saying like an explosive temper or anything like that, because this is in the upright. So you're probably not having creative outbursts, especially if you have to be told that it's okay to let your emotions out. Here's how other people are perceiving you right now. Yeah, that makes sense. The Page of Wands is an immature communicator, not being an effective communicator right now. So that makes a lot of sense in the context of this reading. And then the next card is your hopes and your fears. And it is in the upright, so it'll be interesting to see what is here. It's the Eight of Cups. You're afraid that you're going to have to walk away. Or maybe you hope that you'll be able to walk away, because it is upright. It's not inverse, which would be like you're afraid you're going to have to leave. All right. So I feel like this reading has been pretty straightforward. If you do want a personal reading, please do check in the description for that. I do readings over Skype for people who are at a long distance, and all of that information is down in the description. And this last card, this is kind of the culmination of the whole reading. And it's kind of a warning. Kind of. Would you like to know? It's the Nine of Swords, and it's in the inverse. You have nothing to worry about. You're going to be strong enough. It's very important to let people know let people know. Let people know what's going on with you, what your emotional states are. I think you'll be much more effective creatively if you do that. And really cut yourself some slack. I'm not saying that you're a big dummy. That's not true. But when it comes to creative endeavors, it's very difficult to gauge what step you're on, what stage of creativity you're on. Some people are creative their whole lives and they never really peak. Some people peak really early and never regain that same kind of achievement creatively. And it's so subjective. So subjective. So that's what makes it so important to be able to communicate with people. And why this very well could have been like this, but since this was going on, since this happened, you probably felt like this. You probably felt like creatively things hadn't gone the way you wanted them to. So, just keep in mind what it is that you are trying to achieve. And I know for a mutable water sign, sometimes it can be difficult to really pin it down because the hopes and fears of the people around you can kind of become your hopes and fears. And I think it was very hard for you to lose these alliances, if that's what happened here. But it's important to be able to move on from that and stop beating yourself up about it. Because you really don't have anything to worry about. All right, Pisces, I'm really glad that you joined me for these January 2020 readings. I will be putting out the yearly 2020 readings very soon. So do comment. Well, not comment. I think I have comments turned off. You can email me if you're interested in letting me know something about the videos. But share, and subscribe. And check out the text box below if you would like more information about getting a personal reading or what else I have going on. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you again very soon.